Ladies and gentlemen, for this next demonstration, I must first start with the story. On April 2nd, 1886, 6 men met to play a most dangerous game. On that evening, each of them with nothing left to lose, they got their affairs in order, signed a contract, and met in the basement of their favorite local eatery. The game that they played was Russian roulette. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the game of Russian roulette, it's where you take a 6-chambered gun, open the chamber, place a single bullet in one of the chambers, give it a spin, shut it, place the gun to your head, and pull the trigger in the hopes that the chamber that you land on doesn't have the bullet in it. Well, that evening, the 6 men knew that only 5 of them would be going home, while one of them would remain at their favorite local haunt, pun fully intended. I have the photos of those 6 men. They're right here. Those men were Michael, Peter, Robert, Jonathan, Thomas, and Abe. Take a good look. I will need the help of someone from the audience. Now you, sir, would you help me, please? Sure, come on up here. Your name? Evan. Evan, it's nice to meet you. My name is Cameron. Very nice to meet you. Evan, tonight we're going to try and make a connection with the spirit world, more specifically a connection through you. So I'm going to need to place you into a pseudo-mediumistic state. I'm not going to hypnotize you, I'm just going to help you relax a little bit so we can make a better connection with the spirit world. So, Evan, I'd like you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, let your chin rest down to your chest as you sink deeper and deeper. And there we are. Evan, when the men met that evening, Jonathan brought the gun. And I just happened to have that gun this evening. Now, Evan, I'd like you to place your hands out in front of you like you're receiving a gift. I'm going to place the gun into your hands. And I want you to just to feel the gun and make a connection with this item. This is going to help us later on. So I just want you to make that connection. I want you to feel the gun and really imagine that you're there on that evening in April of 1886. Very good, Evan. I'm going to take the gun back for safety reasons. You may now open your eyes and just relax. We're going to take the gun. We're going to actually place it on the table. Now, if you would step behind the table for me here, please. I'm going to take this blindfold. I'm going to place it on. I'm going to have a seat in that chair. When I do, I'd like you to select one of these photos, whichever one you think is the man who died on that evening. Okay, and I'm going to talk you through it here. So in just a moment, when I sit down, I'll talk you through it. But first, we'll give the table a spin, much in the same way that the men gave that chamber a spin in 1886. So the blindfold goes on. Now, Evan, I'd like you to look at each one of the photos. Try and make a connection with each man you see in those pictures, okay? Now, I want you to imagine that you're there in the basement, the dingy, musty basement of that local eatery, sitting around a table with all of these men, and I want you to see the look in their eyes as each one of them picks up the gun and places it to their head. One after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, until finally, bang! One of them drops dead. And I'd like you to pick that photo now, Evan. Go ahead and pick that photo. Now, Evan, I have here the death certificate of the gentleman who died that evening. I'm going to open it up here. I'm going to show it to everyone in the audience, as well as you. Hopefully I'm holding that right side up. I certainly cannot tell. I'm going to take the blindfold off, and in just a moment I'm going to read out loud what is on this death certificate, okay? Here we go. Get my glasses here. On this day, April 2nd, 1886, one Robert Hind died of a gunshot wound to the front temporal lobe, aged 71. Evan, would you read the name on the back of the photo that you are holding?
It is Robert.
Robert H. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Evan, you may take a seat. Thank you. Now, Evan, you made a connection with the spirit world this evening. But, as all things, this could just be a trick. So, I want to take it a step further and prove, Evan, that you did in fact choose the right individual from these 6 photos. So let me see, can we get the lights off? Thank you so much. I'm going to take each one of these photos, and we're going to place it under this forensic black light. Jonathan, you did not choose. Abe, you did not choose. Peter, you did not choose. Thomas, you did not choose. And Michael, you did not choose. No, the one that you chose was Robert, the only one with a bullet wound to the head. Thank you.